Good day, everyone. My name is Marilyn Palmenco. Now, in this module, From Virtual to Reality, Strengthening Sales Presentation in Person explores the transition from online sales presentation to in-person meetings. It examines key strategies for enhancing communication, engagement, and of course, the effectiveness when presenting face-to-face. In a world where Zoom meetings and virtual presentations have become the norm, many sales professionals are now facing a familiar yet somewhat foreign challenge, returning to in-person presentations. After years of hiding behind screens and perfecting the art of digital pitches, the shift back to face-to-face interactions brings both excitement and anxiety. Think about it. When was the last time you actually stood in front of a real audience, reading their body language, handling physical products, or managing room dynamics? If you're feeling a bit rusty, you're not alone. The transition from virtual to in-person sales presentations requires a different set of skills and strategies that many of us need to rediscover and strengthen. Our first topic, which is the rebuilding personal connection and engagement. Rebuilding personal connections and engagement is critical in fostering strong client relationships and driving sales to success. With the shift back to in-person interactions, sales professionals must focus on effective strategies to reestablish trust, engagement, and meaningful communication with all their clients. Have to rebuild is to first strengthen the trust and rapport. In order for you to do that is to first prioritize authenticity in your conversations. Always be genuine in interactions, showing real interest in the client's needs and concerns. Avoid overly scripted or transactional conversations. Always personalize interactions based on your past discussions. Next is to make a strong first impression. Greet clients warmly with confident body language, a firm handshake, and of course, a positive eye contact. Dress appropriately for the occasion to reinforce professionalism and credibility. Next is for you to establish a common ground. Find shared interest or mutual experience to create an immediate connection with the client. Use humor or storytelling if possible to break the ice and make interactions more memorable. Second, for you to rebuild is to enhance your engagement through active participation. And for you to do that is you need to practice active listening. Show attentiveness by maintaining eye contact, nodding, and use affirming responses to the client. Repeat all the key points from the client to confirm understanding and demonstrate engagement. Next is for you to encourage open dialogue. Ask open-ended questions that prompt deeper discussions rather than simple a yes or no answers. Allow space for clients to share their perspectives and provide thoughtful responses. Next is for you to utilize nonverbal communication. Always maintain an open and inviting posture to create a comfortable atmosphere. Be aware of facial expressions to ensure they align with the intended message. And the third one you have to rebuild is for you to create a memorable and personalized experience. You have to first customize your sales presentation and meetings. Tailor your discussions to the client's specific needs, preferences, and industry challenges. Use personalized examples and case studies to make the presentation more relevant. Next is for you to leverage interactive demonstrations. Incorporate hands-on product demonstrations to make the experience engaging and tangible. Use visual aids, samples, or simulations to enhance understanding and retention. Now let's dive back into our next topic, the overcoming in-person sales anxiety and confidence building. This transition from virtual to in-person sales interactions presents many unique challenges, particularly for professionals who have become accustomed to digital communication. In-person sales requires a different set of skills, including strong body language, direct management, and of course, confidence in face-to-face conversations. Now, in these topics, we will explore how sales professionals can overcome anxiety associated with in-person sales and build the confidence necessary for a success. The first step you have to do is to first prepare thoroughly. Anxiety often comes from uncertainty. The more prepared you are, the more confident you'll feel. You can research first and gather all necessary information and then organize all key points into a structured format. And you can now anticipate potential challenges and prepare all the possible solutions. The second step is for you to shift your mindset. Anxiety is often caused by negative self-talk and fear of failure. Shifting your mindset helps you focus on growth. Replace your what if I fall with what if I succeed. Focus on your progress, not on perfection. After all, mistakes are part of learning. And then visualize yourself succeeding and handling challenges calmly. The third step is to strengthen communication skills. Clear communication reduces misunderstandings and boosts self-assurance. Speak slowly and clearly to project confidence. Use positive body language, maintain eye contact, stand tall, and use, of course, hand gestures. Improve your active listening to engage effectively in conversations with all the clients. The fourth step is, of course, you manage nervousness. Learning to control your nervous energy prevents anxiety from taking over. Take deep breaths and use grounding techniques. Focus on a specific object or sensation. Pause before speaking instead of rushing your words. Fifth is to gain experience through practice. Confidence grows with repeated exposure to challenging situations. Simulate real-life scenarios like, for example, rehearse presentation and role-play conversations. Or you can always record yourself speaking and analyze areas for improvement. Then the sixth step is to learn from feedback and experience. Constructive feedback helps refine your skills and boost self-awareness. Ask for feedback from trusted mentors, peers, or even coaches. Then, identify strengths and weaknesses to improve your specific areas. Celebrate small wins and recognize personal growth. Treat your failure as learning experience, not as setbacks. Then the last step is to build confidence over time. Confidence is built through consistent effort and belief in yourself. Surround yourself with a positive, supportive people and develop a growth mindset. See every challenge as an opportunity and to maintain consistent practices, even after reaching a comfortable level. Overcoming anxiety and building confidence is a journey, not an overnight transformation. By preparing, practicing, and developing the right mindset, you can gain the confidence to handle any situation with ease. Next are the structured approach to improve your financial planning presentations. Enhancing your presentation skills in financial planning requires a combination of technical expertise and clear communication, and of course, persuasive storytelling. Since financial topics can be complex and data heavy, your goal is to make them more engaging, understandable, and of course, actionable for both the clients and the stakeholders. Now, here are the structured approach for you to enhance your financial planning presentation. First one is to know your audience first. For your clients, just simplify your jargon. Focus on your goals, whether it's in retirement, investment, or tax savings, etc. Know what your audience want. Second one is for you to structure your presentation for clarity. Under this factor, you need to have a first strong opening. You can start with a provocative stat like, did you know 60% of retirees outlive their savings, such as that? Just enough to hook their attention. Next is you have to clear your agenda. State your goal first before you proceed to your other topics for them to know what your meeting is all about. Next is your logical flow. If you stated a problem, you must give a solution for that problem and also propose an action plan. The third one is to simplify complex financial data. You can use visuals like charts, like pie graphs for asset allocation, line graphs for growth projections such as that. Or you can use infographics like timelines for retirement planning. Anything that can make your topic easy to comprehend. The fourth one is to boost engagement and trust. Of course, now that we are back from virtual to face, we have to improve our connections with our clients by engaging them and in earning their trust. We can use the storytelling way to engage our clients. Tell them stories similar to their concerns and how you solve it. Or you can use interactive elements. Make use of the things around you that can make them more engaged and for them to easily understand you. So let's take what we've learned, refine our approach, and turn every meeting into an opportunity to rebuild trust, deliver value, and close with confidence. Thank you, and here's to stronger, more impactful sales presentations.